this way. It's such a simple tool. Effort, time, saves a lot. Right, so we've got two ends. I've made them 350 wide. They fit up just on the outside of where the door rubbers fit. So on the outside of the door frame, they fit in. One on each side. We have a couple of uprights that go in the middle. This way around, just so it's tidy. The gap that I'm leaving is 60mm between them, because the boom of the cherry picker or engine hoist is 60mm, so that's got a slot in there. Drill a hole through here. I'll make 2 or 3 holes so it's adjustable, and then you can stick it in. It works upside down once you flip it over, and it will lift the cab with these 2 on the sides, so that should be good as well. Let's just see, make this stand up. Right, and we have a couple of short braces. This is just all about making sure this thing doesn't collapse on you, and you're strengthening the stringers that you're using. Something like that. What I've done is I've also nipped the one end where it lifts because of the shape of the cab. So if you move it forward, you gain a little bit of leverage with that just fitting further into the curve of the door. You could do both if you wanted to move it back, but I recall that the cab is slightly front heavy because the firewall is sticking out somewhat. So it's really at the front that you need that extra bit of leverage just to keep it fairly square. So that is really simple, I think. Once it's screwed together, I will do another picture, but in the meantime, the smallest of little walk-arounds, just for the hell of it. That's what it looks like. There will be 2 or 3 holes in there, and then the cherry picker comes in from the side of the cab, bolted in with a single bolt so it can swivel. These guys, as I say, they fit just on the outside of the door. It's 1480mm wide, which is probably about 10mm wider than the cab, so that these 2 end plates actually will fit in very comfortably, loose and freely. So yeah, I will be doing the assembly in a bit. I'll probably end up doing it in time delay as well, or time lapse. But in the meantime, let me go see if this guy's come to look at the car as well. So we'll be back in a bit. So the next trick, the boom uprights, where the boom gets bolted onto a couple of holes so that you can get this guy through there. Shouldn't, hopefully, hopefully not too difficult. Let's see where this goes. This is one of those machines I bought a long time ago, £80. Obviously lived in a factory before. It's got number 41, and it has been one of the best investments I ever made for 80 English pounds. That's all I can say. You never regret these machines. They are well worth having in the short and the long term. Right, let's get this thing going. Copy over the holes, much easier this way for me. that. Make sure this guy will fit. It's a loose fit. That's not loose enough, so I will do ever so slight reaming. Just move it about a little bit more. Try and keep the workshop clean. Means you don't have to clean it next week or the week after. That's better. Loose fit. Next one. Highly scientific accuracy. Two things. Don't lose your concentration. More importantly, this has a huge crack, so it's actually flawed. That's no good. So we have to go and cut another one quickly. Won't take long, I hope. And just like that, we have a spare. Right. It also has a little bit of a chip crack down there, but that shouldn't really affect the function. It's only a splinter. For a tool that's used very specifically, I'm not going to bother about making up a fancy new one or anything. Take two, or does that take three? Stay. Let's get you back in there because you are supposed to be stuck by yourself, not come out with a bit of encouragement. Okay, let's try that again. Would work on a metalwork machine. Right, let's try this. Okay, I think we've got our two pieces. Time to go start assembling. I think it's time to start assembling all of that. Come clean up later on. As always, Mick came around to smoke a cigarette so his wife doesn't give her hell, and came to help. Good timing. We're down to the last one, using big nasty bolts to bolt this down. The rest we screwed together. It's lined up. So I'm hoping all of this works. Fingers crossed. If not, we'll blame Mick. Always blame Mick when shit goes wrong. Oh, that one's badly aligned. That'll have to come out. Yeah, it's got to be raised. I think this is good enough, Mick. Like that. It's about an inch all the way around. Should we start with this one? Mind your face. Best investment that I've ever made.
Oh, no,
Christmas to myself 2 years ago.
I swear by myself.
This is going to surface. Yep. Right. I think we have cab lifter, Mick. So it goes inside the cab like that.
Must weigh more than the cab.
Links up to the cherry picker on this end. You only use one bolt so it can pivot, move about.
What's that bit for?
Only one of them. That goes through the engine hoist,
Oh,
the arm of the engine hoist. But you only use one. So there's two positions so you can set it, higher or lower.
yeah.
And then if you look at the ends, those wings, they have a slight raised section.
Yeah.
That is so that it fits inside of, not inside, on the outside of the doors,
Stop it
but it
sliding
holds
out
it,
the way.
yes, absolutely. So it's a tight fit coming together. And then of course I've made these little front corners so that it can come forward, because the cab's weight is biased to the front, which is basically where your, let me think what I'm saying here,
Yeah. Oh,
where your firewall and a little bit of extra weight is. So in my classical style, I won't paint it, or I might. I've got a few friends who I know will laugh at me because I paint shit, tidy it up. I might paint it, or I might give it to Mick to paint. There you go. Thanks for joining, thanks for watching. Next job will be actually using this thing to get the cab off when the engine and the rest of the stuff goes back together at some point.
at least they line up.
Good use of a Sunday afternoon, I think. Beats drinking and football. Boom boom. Say goodnight, Mick.
Good night, Mick.
There you go.